New Year's Eve, there's going to be a party in here. I went shopping for bubbly today. But you didn't hear me say that, right?
Is it the bathtub?
Yeah, in my bathtub, yes. But anyway, Dawn's going to run a game on Monday night, the 31st. And surely the Oklahoma State game will be over by then. It starts at 2:45, so we're hoping that
Hoping for the best.
they will have won and the game will be over and everybody can come and play cards and have a good time. We're going to have some special snacks, and anybody that has something that they just have to have is welcome to bring what they want. And Don has arranged a unit championship for the game, so it'll pay a lot of points. And he said after we salute the new year and sing Auld Lang Syne and watch the ball drop in New York City, whatever we want to do, he will run a midnight game if anybody wants to play.
Wow.
He used to do this quite a bit, and they do it quite a bit at the big NABCs, run the midnight and early, by that time everybody's punch drunk and all of this other, but not a lot of real sound bridge being played then, I don't think that's the point. But he said if there's enough interest, he'll run another one, and I don't think it'll be a problem for him. I've gotten emails from him at 2:30 in the morning. So he's, and you guys all know who he is. He was missing in action Saturday, but he runs most of our big games. And then after that, the Bob Adams dinner has been rescheduled for the 26th.
Of what?
January, not December, January. That's a Saturday. Steve is still going to provide the meal and all that other good stuff, but we'll have a sign-up sheet out as it gets closer because he'll have to know how much money. And that's the main thing, or how much food rather. That's the main thing that we have going on in January. We're all going to be kind of recovering and getting ready for 2019. And then in February, we start up again in a big way. When this group meets again, it'll no longer be a 0 to 20. Because for the next 2 weeks, it'll be Christmas and it'll be New Year's. And don't forget that Gloria said that she would make a 0 to 20 section on Tuesday morning, January 1st, if you guys want to play on the 1st. But we're not having a game that Tuesday night because of the vote we took. So if you guys want to play on Tuesday morning, that's an open game, but she said if there were 3 tables that she'd make a section of 0 to 20 if you'd like to play.
Come by on my way home.
This game will be a 0 to 49 when we meet again on the 8th. And that means basically, what does that mean? That means it's not, yes, no asking me questions anymore. No referring to notes. Yeah, these are all things that are 0 to 20s. No having hands that are edited to do with the lesson. Those things can only happen for 0 to 20s. Jim's back there laughing. Yeah, he doesn't want to have to worry with dealing the hands, is what it is. But it'll just be regular hands, and you guys will need to be on your own, basically. That doesn't mean that you can't get help with a hand after the session or something like that. But too many people were saying, I don't want to leave, I don't want to leave, I don't want to grow up. So we decided to make this a 49 for those of you who still want to come. Other than that, it'll be the same, and we still will have a 0 to 20 on Thursday morning. The only difference will be is that I don't get to be mother hen quite as much as I have been. So that's January the 8th. We won't see each other for 3 weeks. So don't forget, Tuesday night, we're still here. We want you to come.
And remember the bridge.
Yes, don't forget all the bridge mark.
So 0 to 20.
But that means there won't be anybody in here with more than 50 points, rather than 20 right now. Yes, John?
Will there be a lesson before?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
What time did you say the January 1st Gloria's game would be?
Her lesson is at 10, and the game starts at 10:30. And they have a few open players in that game, but it's mostly the 299ers. So, all
I have a
right.
question on that subject.
Uh-huh.
On Saturday, it was 0 to 20,
Uh-huh.
and then what was the next set?
299.
Well, what was A, B, C, and D?
A and B were open sections. We had 27 tables of open players. That means with 300 or more points. And there were 27 tables is too many to have in a section. There are only 36 boards in a case. So it's hard to go over 18 tables at 2 boards around. The ideal is everybody plays everybody else and everybody plays all the same boards. So they were split into a section of 10 and a section of 9. That's about as well as you could, no, I'm sorry, that was the game Monday morning. 13 and 14 was how they did it on Saturday. And then they had 7 tables of 21 to 299 and then 5.5, wasn't it, of 0 to 20s.
And the confusion was what, on the 0 to 20s?
How many tables?
Not enough tables?
No, that wasn't a problem. As long as you have at least 3 tables,
Oh.
it's not a
No,
problem.
at the beginning, they've got all that.
Well,
all
that has nothing to do with you guys, that has a problem, that was a problem with the people who were organizing it. Don't get me started,
Okay.
okay? We'll never get back to playing cards. Let me just say that there's a whole new group of people coming in January 1st. There are gonna be some changes. So,
But do they have a problem setting it up for 0 to 20?
oh, no, it just was, that wasn't the problem at all.
Well, it was almost like it was just too many people.
Well, they knew it was gonna be that many people, Deanne.
Okay.
That's what the issue was. They had it in their heads that we could use cloth tablecloths and nice dishes that we save and wash. When you've got this much time in between a meal and a game, you just put everything on a plastic tablecloth, you pick it all up, put it in the trash, move it out, and the game starts.
Right.
But I couldn't convince them that that was not the right thing to do. So, we had a mess.
Had a learning experience.
Yeah, we had a mess. So, but I couldn't do anything about it, believe me, I tried. And,
Well, yeah, you didn't leave
and
till
got,
3 o'clock.
got my head handed to me for trying. So,
Okay.
but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Well, Lana had a good point, I told her I'd pass it on.
What's that?
For things like that, is to have people prepay, and then there's no worrying about collecting money. Or pay.
How are they gonna prepay? What if they can't end up not being able to come?
Yay, more money.
Well, But just
That's-
to prevent.
No,
some of
it's
the
not a problem to collect money at the tables after the director has the game set up. It's really not, I promise.
So what's the lesson tonight?
And then, yeah.
Yeah, collecting money.
Hey, well, anyway, we digress. We have a subject to cover. And we're going to talk some more about week 2s tonight. We'll be finishing up. I'll start something new on January the 8th. If there's anything you want to talk about, tell me because I haven't chosen the subject yet. And I'll be glad to do something on it. So, we've been talking about week 2s. Who remembers what the rules are for opening a week 2?
10 or less points. 6 cards.
10 or 6 card suit, 10 or fewer points, high card points. What else?
You want
The 10 or fewer specifically high card points?
High card points.
preferably at least 2 top 10, or 2 top 4 honors?
2 honors. Well, you need to, if you're vulnerable, what should your suit look like?
Be strong. Good.
Well, you should have good stuff at the top, shouldn't you? You should have at least 2 of the top 3 honors in your suit if you're vulnerable, 3 of the top 5 if you're not vulnerable. What should your hand look like? Should you have, well, yeah, it's gonna be unbalanced because there's a 6 card suit, right? How about a void? Are voids good? Voids are not good. What is that?
Makes your hand look stronger.
It makes your hand much stronger. It's much too hard for your partner to judge what your hand is worth if you open a week 2 with a void in your hand. How about an outside 4-card major? Is that all right?
No.
Why not?
Because you prefer to be a major.
You're giving up the chance.
When you open a week 2, you're basically saying to your partner, this is where we need to play this hand. There are no other options. This is where I need to play it. If you have an outside 4-card major, if your partner happens to have 4 cards in that major, then you can play in a 4-4 major suit fit, right? That's the number 1 place where you want to play. So if you've got an outside 4-card major, then your 6-card card suit is not the only place you can play the hand, is it? Which is what a week 2 says. So pass and see what your partner does. Does that work out well every time you do it? Of course not. Not everything. I mean, if you're like me, I adhere to the rules, and most of the time it doesn't work, it seems like. But you keep doing it with the idea that you don't play the results that you get on one hand. You go with what works over the long expanse of time, hoping that the 65% or so amount of time that these things work are the results that you get. But if you change around based on the results that you get on one hand, then you have no chance of having it come out so that you have made the right choice on most of the hands. Yes, Mike?
Does a 4-card major need to have honors?
No? Mm-mm. Not at all. It just needs to be a 4-card major suit. Partner may have ace, king, queen, jack. You know, if you've got a good partner, he'll have the honors, right? Yeah. Okay, let's look at some bidding. On this first one, the dealer is South. What do you think South should open here?
$2.
Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
$2, okay. How does his partner respond? How many points does he have?
16.
17. 17 points, nice flat hand, isn't it? What would he like to know about his partner's hand? Suppose he's on 5 points. He might be on 5 points, mightn't he? 5 high card points and a 6-card suit. Or he could be on 9 or 10. How does partner know? He doesn't know, does he? So what do you do when you don't know and you have a way to ask? You ask the question. So what is the question that partner asks here?
He goes to no trump.
Well, what does bidding to no trump ask?
It has to be
Feature.
20 points for your partner.
No, it doesn't ask how, it does not ask how many points.
It's not looking for 3 to 3 and go bid for his partner.
But it's not based on points.
Feature?
Is that
He's looking for a feature. Now, when partner bids to no trump and says, basically says, tell me a little more about your hand, partner. Do you have a way that I could get to your hand if I only have 2 cards and I can't set your suit up in 2 leads? Or are you on the very low end so that I should not expect anything? So if you have 5, 6, or 7 points, even if you have an outside feature, say your suit's king 10 and 4 little ones, and you have an outside king, even though you have an outside king, you don't show it when you're on 5, 6, or 7 points. Partner can't get your suit set up with its king and out. You may have only 2 cards in the suit, remember. So if you have 5, 6, or 7 points, you just bid your suit again, the cheapest level, even if you have an outside feature. That's not the case here, is it? He has an outside feature, and how many high card points does he have? He has 8. That's 8, 9, or 10 means show a feature if you have it. So what would he bid here?
3 hearts?
3 hearts. Now, if you're north, what do you think about that?
He has enough points per game now.
Do you think you tend to say, oh boy, my partner has the ace or king of hearts. Remember, a feature's only an ace or a king, which helps my weak suit. We should have 6 diamond tricks between us. We have a heart stop, and I have 2 outside aces. I can count 9 tricks. What's he going to bid?
3 no trump.
3 no trump, all day long. Some of you may say, well, why wouldn't you play 5 diamonds? Why wouldn't you play 5 diamonds?
because you're better off with equally no trump. You figure that you have to take.
Couldn't get.
Can you make 5 diamonds on this hand? Probably not. Depends on where the club honors are and the spade honors are. Remember, you have to take 11 tricks to make 5 diamonds, but you only have to take 9 to make 3 no trump. 6 of them are in the diamond suit, right there. Many's the time I've picked up a 3 no trump hand and I'm the declarer and I'm looking and I see 4 tricks. I mean, you know right away, before even looking at the hands, that you've got 6 diamond tricks, and then he knows he's got 2 aces. It's a virtual laydown for 3 no trump. So that's how you bid that hand. Yes, Sherry?
So how many points
Did the partner have to have the bid to no trump?
He should have the intermediate level hand at least, which is 17 points.
Okay.
Now, he won't always be looking for the 3 no trump game.
And I don't understand the 3 heart bid.
3 hearts says I have a feature ace or king in hearts. When he asks for a feature, you bid that suit.
And it kind of subconsciously says, oh, by the way, I've got 8, 9, or 10 points.
Yes, and it says I'm on the upper end of the point range rather than the lower end. If you had the king of hearts but only had the ace of diamonds, ace 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 or something, then you'd have just rebid 3 diamonds. And partner would have said, okay, whatever. No, he might have made a lot more because he's got good diamond support, but your suit, without the jack and 10 in it, can't necessarily be set up with 2 leads. And when he bids 2 no trump, that's all he promises in your suits, 2 cards.
No, because he's a pretty good diamond suit. He would also have the option of going back to 3 no trump.
No, that is not the hand that you bid, where you bid 3 no trump.
Okay.
Remember last week we talked about if partner bids 2 no trump and you have, this is your suit. This is 9 points. Are you gonna have an outside feature when you have a suit like this?
No.
If you did and you opened a week 2, you grossly understated the value of your hand. Because if you've got an ace or a king here, you've got an opening 1 level bid, don't you? So you can't have an outside feature, but you have 9 points and you have a solid suit. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna bid 3 no trump. This is the suit that you have when you respond 3 no trump to the 2 no trump feature ask. Make sense?
Question. Okay, if you get the bid and the top one had, yes, the no trump,
Uh-huh.
the lead's gonna be a heart, right?
Well, not necessarily.
A decent chance,
Well, there's some chance. I mean, it might be a club.
yeah.
Who knows?
But if they let a heart, would you play the king?
No. You've got the queen in your hand
Yeah, but, yeah, I guess,
because you're either going to get the queen in your hand if this one over here has underled the ace, which is acceptable in no trump. But if this one has the ace, he'll play it and return his partner's suit to clear the suit off the dummy here, clear that king. So you play low when you have a king and a queen.
okay.
Because if you play the king and they get back in and they keep leading them pretty soon, then they may get rid of your queen very quickly. So it's best to duck second hand low, remember? Okay, next one. The dealer's west. These are all 4 hands here. If you were the dealer, how would you open that hand? It's this one right here. 2 diamonds, yeah. What did this person do? Double?
Pass.
Oh, no.
If you double, your partner's going to be, if you double diamonds, your partner will bid hearts, I will guarantee you. When you double for takeout, you promise at least 3 cards in every unbid suit, so doubles out.
2 spades.
Who said 2 spades?
I did.
Several people did. Everybody agree?
Yes.
I do. So, 2 spades. What's this one going to say? He's got a nice hand, he's got the best hand at the table, probably. What's he going to bid? Barbara says no. What's he going to bid?
He'll be at 2 diamonds, 3 of, what is it, diamonds?
3 diamonds, really?
No.
4.
Okay, I hear 2 no trump, and I hear 3 diamonds. Which bid best describes this hand? No trump, right? 3 aces, and you got an honor doubleton in your partner's suit. You should bid. This says, I have control of the spade suit, partner. What do you think? And I've got a decent hand, and I'm sitting behind the spade bidder. You think we have a shot at 3 no trump? How good is your hand? How good is this suit? Pretty darn good, right? He's got 9 points, he's toward the top, he should raise. Here we have 6 diamond tricks right off the top again.
The fact that he doesn't have 17 points, he can still do,
Yeah, he can still do it.
oh, okay.
Because,
I thought 17 was up.
well, if you look at the hand, it doesn't look like it's strong enough, but the fact that it has 3 bullets in it is what makes it
Oh.
really good. I mean, aces are undervalued, everybody understands that, right? At 4 points, they're actually worth about 4.25 points. I mean, if you want to, you can pass this, and you'll set 2 spades, probably. But when you've got you've got these 3 suits opposite a 6-card diamond suit, it's worth a shot. Partner may just rebid 3 diamonds. If he does, it's okay, isn't it? So it doesn't cost you anything to bid 2 no trump.
So it's kind of like.
It's use your judgment. Use your judgment. Yeah. This poor guy stood in the wrong line when they were passing out the points, right? So he passes. And this one, if he's not got a wet noodle where his backbone belongs, we'll bid 3 no trump, right? Okay. Now then, let's try another one. This time the dealer's east, and east passes right here. This is the east hand. What should this fellow bid? South.
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds.
How many points does he have?
7.
7.
6 card.
That's not enough to open at the 1 level, is it? He has a 6-card diamond suit. Should he bid 2 diamonds?
No.
Oh, 4 spades. Outside 4-card major.
So pass.
Pass. It's tempting, but if you and your partner bid disciplined week 2s, he will pass.
What if the partner doesn't?
What did North bid up there?
If partner, we haven't gotten to North.
Where's the south bid?
South passes. He has an outside 4-card major suit, so he passes.
Who's the dealer?
East, he passed. Now it's this one's turn. If he bids 2 diamonds, he says, diamonds is the only place I can play, partner. Not so. We have 4 spades here, don't we? We could play a 4-4 spade fit.
1 heart. No, that
This
would
one's
be
gonna,
1 heart.
if he goes pass, he's gonna open 1 heart
Yeah, 4, 5, 6.
No.
with 9 points in his hand?
Well,
Well-
30, he's not vulnerable, so he.
How do you know he's not?
I
You just made it up, yeah, okay. That's a really light opening. If you would open that hand, you need to mark on your card that your 3rd hand openings are very light. You have fewer than 10 high card points in your hand.
She says you can get frisky if it's pass, but not that frisky.
Well, you need to have 10 high card points in your hand if you're not gonna open a week 2. All right, so it comes around to this fellow, what's he gonna bid? 1 spade. Now aren't you glad you passed? Okay. He doesn't have anything in diamonds, does he? 1 spade here. Now then, what are we gonna do? He has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points in support of spades.
3 spades. 3 spades.
Yeah. What should he do then? If you bid 3 spades, what should he bid?
4.
4, absolutely.
It's
You
easy.
find your major suit game by being disciplined. Now, you don't have to be a disciplined week 2 bidder. If you and your partner say, yeah, we're just gonna let it go. You don't have to be, but your partner will never know what you have if you're not disciplined. He won't know if you've got a 9 high suit or a suit that's headed by 2 honors. I mean, I've seen people open 6-card suits that are 9 high with a week 2 bid. Partner never knows whether they have a good suit or a terrible suit. No,
I'm just wondering, I'm having a little trouble seeing, that he's got 4 spades and 4 hearts.
Yeah, no, he's got 5 spades. on
Okay,
the card.
that, I couldn't count, thank you. That's fine.
He wouldn't open a major if he had 4 of each.
And
Okay,
it's
good.
really important to know that about the 10, because when I was playing this weekend, my partner was playing that if you did it with a 3, that you had boohoo points.
Well, that's partnership.
Yes.
That's partnership.
But that's how they,
Yeah, all right, last one. Dealers North, what does he open? This is not a trick, he opens 2 spades. Right?
So he's got
East,
6 keys.
should East bid 3 diamonds?
no,
Why not?
you don't preempt them for free.
You don't preempt over a preempt, that's exactly right. If somebody's preempted in front of you, just pass. Your partner needs to know whether that is a real hand with a good diamond suit or whether it's really weak. And if you just do anything, he never knows again, right? I mean, this is supposed to be about communication. So, pass. Look at this hand. Now what?
Or no trouble.
What North?
North bid 2 spades.
Well, you're gonna go up to 4 spades.
If you bid 4 spades, he'll pass.
Or no trouble.
Barbara says 4 no trump. Does anybody else think that's worth a 4 no
I
trump?
think so.
Yeah.
I do too. Yeah. 4 no trump. What's he gonna say? 5 diamonds, right? 6 spades. 6 spades is absolutely cold. If you can trust your partner to have stuff in his suit, and that he doesn't have a void and all that other kind of stuff, doesn't have an outside, although it doesn't matter here because he has only 3 hearts. But if you notice, 6 spades, I mean, the only thing you lose is the ace of clubs, right? All right. Tonight I don't have so much a story as I have some observations about Christmas from Maxine. You know who Maxine is, don't you? All right, and for those of you who don't, she's the lady on the Hallmark shoebox cards. And I found a couple of hers today that I thought were pretty cute. She says, Christmas is just plain weird. At what other holiday do you sit around in front of a dead tree eating candy out of your socks? Absolutely true, isn't it? The other thing that she said that I really liked was, we need to pray for another star in the east, particularly over Washington, D.C. Maybe some wise men will come. All right, let's go play cards.